Good morning, guys. It is 4:33. There you go. Except I've not slept. I've stayed up since uploading yesterday's vlog, which is now out. I'm not feeling good. My throat's a bit congested. I might be coming down with something. So I really should get my rest, which I'm not going to get full rest because I have to wake up for my team meeting Sunday in 7 hours and 30 minutes. So I probably have to be up in about 6 or 7 hours. But yeah, needless to say, it was all worth it. I figured out the answer to the hour and a half long rant yesterday. I just couldn't sleep until I came to a conclusion, and it's a really good one, so I'm going to share that with you guys today. Alright guys, so we are on chapter 5, Psychology of Money. Been reading for about 45 minutes or so. Something, staying in bed and reading, something I always like doing on the weekends. We got through 53 pages, so definitely feeling my brain working again from reading, but it's now 11:15. I've got my team meeting in 45 minutes, so now what I do is get ready, and then I'll walk you guys through the big plans for today. Alright guys, so I just finished journaling right here, and what's very interesting is I like keeping a journal because it gives me a log of all my thoughts, and it's very cool to look back and read some of the entries that I put in here. But then as I'm writing this, and I put down a really good entry today, which I'll explain in a second, my next thought was, I have the journals, but I also have this camera where it's another form of a journal for me, where I just talk about what I'm doing and what my life looks like. So it's interesting, but I really like that I can do more personal reflections on the journal where it helps my mind work through things. And then I also work through things while I talk to the camera, but it's more so just sharing and documenting rather than like actively figuring out. So here is what I will explain that I have been thinking about today. Let me find some blank space on this thing to work with you guys on. So as I'm flipping through this, I want to start by outlining that there are really like 3 business models that you can run/do. So to show you guys, right here we have got, and sorry, let me flip it like this. So we've got, in my head, we've got a cash flow business, we have a cash cow business, and then we have what I call I'm going to call this a real business for the sake of this. There's like different words, enterprise, SaaS, PE, like this can be many different things. But here's the explanation. So this is 1, 2, 3. So the cash flow biz is meant to give you a consistent stream of income, right? This is where you should start. The cash cow business is meant to amass you a big sum of money through cash extractions. And then the real business is supposed to build enterprise value that you can then use to sell, loan against, real business stuff over here. So the mistake that happens between the typical entrepreneur's journey, and I'll share it through my own lens, is you run a really successful cash flow business. Check. Then you move on to the cash cow business. Check. right? $100,000 a month profit was probably around like the highest-ish month that I was able to average alongside my business partners, of course. After that, the big fallacy is that it doesn't work like this. Your cash cow business cannot turn into a real enterprise business. It's not how it works. What you have to do, and I listened to Alex Becker talk about this, is you have to take your cash cow business and have it separately here and use the cash, right? So this is the cash. Use that to fuel the third business, which is completely separate, because this business is going to require R&D. It's going to require a whole bunch of other stuff in it. And I was thinking about this through the lens of my own life, because something that I have been doing is I've done this, and I died on here. I died on this path like a lot of people do, of trying to go from cash cow to like real business, and realizing that you can't scale like $1 million a month or whatever, multiple mils a month, even like 500K a month, right? Like my highest ever month is 250K, without like just obliterating your margins at a certain point, because your business fundamentally doesn't have a high enough LTV of a customer to do it, right? Like even a subscription, you need like a subscription service, you need a crazy upsell, like packages, all this stuff. And there's a few ways, right? I would consider a personal brand or anything in the info world an extremely good cash cow business. Now, real business have a very long time horizon. This is a very long thing to do. I don't know what I just dropped, but imagine this is very long. So your brand is kind of an example of a real business, right? Because your brand takes a very long time to build, and it can be used, again, similar to like sorry, I don't know why this isn't focusing. This can be used similar to a cash cow business to make you money. It can be used like that. That being said, where I'm at and why I mention all of this to be important here is because now where I'm at in this business and what I'm doing is I've gone through that initial phase, but right now I've been in this purgatory where I've just been focusing on a level 3 business, which can be the brand, it can be like a SaaS, it can be a PE firm, and I noticed that I need to do one of these level 3 businesses to get to where I want to go, because like 100K a month isn't going to like solve my life. So the one that I picked first is brand. Now, once you have your brand, you can kind of branch out into even these other ventures, and none of them are mutually exclusive. But this is the level 3 business model that I've chosen to start with, and it requires a boatload of work and crap to do up front. And what I've been doing is I've been using the nest egg. So this is my best example of a shiny golden goose egg of cash in order to just float myself while I focus on building this brand long term. But now my question is like, okay, you build a brand, but what do you do after? And that's, in my opinion, where you then build some form of like cash extraction. That's where you get stuff like Hormozy, who's doing crazy stuff. Brunson, I would consider Iman a level 3. He's not like a typical info business because it's literally all organic. This is a level 3 business and great to monetize off that, but you have to build a reputation over many years to pull this off successfully. I am nowhere near here yet. So what I have been struggling with is it sucks to pretty much make no money, because I'm in a situation where my previous businesses I no longer run, and I no longer run them in order to focus on growing my brand. And while I have a few clients that I do work with and whatnot, I hadn't been able to identify that what I'm actually going after is a level 1 business, right? I'm bridging the relationship here between a level 1 business and a level 3 business. So a level 2 business is somewhere in the middle. This is where you see like people Chad scaling ads and making a whole lot of money. I think a level 2 business model is almost like slavery, because you don't have enough time to focus on a level 3 business, right? But you have all the allure of wanting to be there. You kind of have to hit your head at a level 2 business to realize, oh, I need to reset and do a level 3. So now that I've been working on the level 3 for about a year and a half, whatnot, I have gone ahead and decided, hey, the best thing to pair with this is a level 1 business. So because of that, I don't want to sell any info or anything like that at this moment. I don't think it makes sense. But what I can do is I can run a done-for-you YouTube agency. And it's funny that I'm explaining this because you probably already think that I do this, but I have not made a really good attempt. I have no marketing, no sales funnels, nothing up anywhere, and I legitimately run my business with no processes other than just like, hey, I'm pretty good at making content and I'll make your content. And I do a good job of over communicating, and I personally deal with all my clients, all the uploads, literally everything myself, like I'm running my own channel. So I kind of came to the realization that, okay, if I X out the idea of this like crappy level 2 business in my mind, like murder it, like screw follower ads, screw all this stuff, like I don't want to hit the wall at like 500 or 200K, 150K a month and just destroy my margin. That is not what I'm doing. I'm not doing that again. I'm focusing on growing the level 3 business. That is what I'm doing, but I'm going to run a done-for-you YouTube agency to act as a constant influx to the Nest Egg Fund in order to flow for things that the brand needs to buy. Because as much as I'm happy to invest my personal savings from my level 2 business, I always want to be operating off active cash flow, right? Because I don't want to be playing against a ticking clock of when I'm going to run out of money, even if it would take a while where I probably have the time horizon. The issue is like I want to invest, right? Like I can't justify to myself dropping 5K on a camera when I make 1K in a month from my level 3 business right now. My level 3 business makes me 1K a month right now, my YouTube AdSense. So I need to build this business up so I can justify the influx of cash towards this and eventually get to the point where I can monetize my brand and sell off of that. So all that to say is that I'm going to go on a little mission for the rest of today to kind of plot out what the systems are going to look like and how I want the pricing to work. Because again, what I'm prioritizing is monthly recurring revenue and getting really good results for a small batch of people and operating on extremely high margins. That's what will make this business worth it to me. So that's some context and hopefully some insight. Now, if you're an entrepreneur and you're maybe in a level 2 business model, and I'd explain the symptoms of that from what I've seen in my life, which is like you're Chad scaling ads and you're running a primarily sales op business where everything feels like very salesy and you have a low customer LTV. A low customer LTV is the telltale sign, right? And you have to like outsell your churn, and then you also have to outsell your churn, but then you also have to rapidly market and sell just to make money. Because even if you don't churn, you have a good service, like your money model just doesn't equate to high LTVs, which is natural. Like when you're trying to run an agency, you're not going to have the infrastructure to get amazing results for every client if they're only paying you like whatever a month. So yeah, that's kind of my experience. Hopefully that's insightful. And as I'm doing this, some other core tenets that I think are really important, and again, where I've made mistakes in the level 2 businesses is raising lifestyle expenses. Like I've talked about it on this channel, is one of my first videos before I started the series. I've now lived in the 2 biggest cities where I'm from in Canada, and in relatively expensive, not relatively expensive, pretty darn expensive places in both. And I will tell you, like, it was the dumbest thing I've ever done. Now, do you have to do that? Why is it not focusing? It's on autofocus, but it's not. Do you have to do that? Yes. You definitely have to do that. Do I want to repeat it? No. I like being here and knowing that I'm paying down a mortgage on a place that I can live in for the rest of my life if I like. And it's not the nicest home. Like, it's not crazy, but it's small enough to where I have a space that I can manage. I love the work that I do. I've got a room to myself. I've got quietness. I've got nice landscape. I've got nice weather. And I can focus on building my level 3 business here, which is my brand, which unironically, this channel is the definition of a level 3 play. Right now, these videos don't do anything, and I don't expect them to do anything for a long while. But when they do something, they're going to do a lot, because people will look at this and they'll go like, oh, like, there's very few people where, because the internet's a new thing, there's very few people where you can literally look at their entire story and go like, it's actually all there. And I'm in this unique opportunity where there are sections of my life where I wish I documented more. Like, I wish I documented more when I was living in Vancouver, like my lifestyle, thoughts, all this stuff, when I was really like at the peak of my level 2 business, doing a lot of the big revenue numbers, but I didn't because I was more of an operator at that time. Beyond that, my entire life is on this. You can watch me a few months after starting SMMA talk about running my agency. And it's not like the very first day I started entrepreneurship, of course, but it's close to really being all there. And I'm gonna look back on even this time and go like, this is the newbie days, this is the good old days. So pulling your timeline out, if I'm showing this daily, like, that's never been done before for somebody my age, this young, and going out and achieving something. The closest thing was Iman. The biggest parallel is Casey Neistat. He did a lot of daily vlog work, and he sold a company. Like, people don't realize Casey Neistat sold a company for, let me search this up. Like, nobody realizes this. The guy's like, he ironically is one of the biggest personal brand goats. His company Beam, where does it say how much he sold it for? Exit amount. I forget where it talks about it, but he sold a company and it made him a lot of money. So regardless, that is something that I looked at and I was like, okay, what if I can do that from a very young age? That's why I'm not at all worried about the way these videos come across and all this stuff, because I just want to give an accurate portrayal of where I'm at in my life and yeah, what I'm doing, right? And I think something I always talk about is you don't want to portray your lifestyle as what it is on a good day, it's what it is on an average day. And I think I've gotten so comfortable with just like being a relatively average person in other respects of my life, while also trying to achieve extraordinary things in business, that I'm not attached to this idea of like, I'll pull up in the supercar with the supermodel and be super ripped. It's like, dude, just run your business. It's like whatever, you can live a normal life. And that's kind of more of the philosophy that I fall under. And to be honest, I'm a gamer, dude. I love sitting at my computer. So again, really long-winded rants on this weekend, but I hope that gives you insight as to what I'm really thinking about and what goes on in my head when I do this series. And for any, because I always wonder this to myself even, it's like, why am I not trying to make more money in the immediate sense? And I that's why I look at Alex Becker as such a guiding light, because when he sold his Lambo and he shaved his head and did all this stuff, people called him crazy and thought he was going broke. And look where he is now, right? So I know it's just one of those seasons where you have to double down and really go deep to build one of these level 3 businesses, but I know when you do and you get it on the other end of it, it is truly something special. So needless to say is that I will also be launching officially YouTubepreneur, which has always been the name of my YouTube content agency, but it will be very small, very lean. It will be me, maybe an editor. I don't even really want thumbnail designers or anything. I want to do all of that myself so I actually get better at YouTube, and then I just stack the recurring revenue, maybe get it to like, my first goal is honestly to just like get it to cash flow $10,000 a month. That's like 3 clients. And then after that, maybe 20. My point is, it's not meant to be lifestyle intrusive. It's just meant to give cash flow to where I can like be an idiot and spend money on gear. Yeah, but yeah, that's what's going on. That's the plan. And it's funny, having my money withheld from YouTube's the only thing that led me to this conclusion of like understanding the dichotomy of why like level 2 businesses, being in the middle in anything, kind of gets you killed in life. So level 1, super startup, easy, simple business while fueling the level 3. And that's where I'm at, and it's where I think once you've kind of Icarus and got too close to the sun of like trying to turn a level 1 business model into a level 2, which you can do and you can scale it up, but you can never turn a level 2 into a level 3. A level 3 has to start a level 3 and it has to build like that. So hopefully that's about like, I really like understand what you're trying to do and get really clear about your money models and also how you're investing and building on the back end with that. Because no, I honestly think you just have to get burned, to be honest. Like you're gonna have to get burned by the level 2 like margin destroyer eater business model. It will kill you. But once you do, you can properly reallocate that to a level 3, right? Like I have friends who went into SaaS, I have friends who went to PE, all this stuff. Like my previous business partners, I haven't talked to them again. I really need to, but I think they're going the PE route, right? It seems like from what they're doing. So it's just picking a level 3 business model and then having a level 1 cash flow that, and that is really that's really the play long term. I'm flying today. Breath control's on point. Going a bit faster, as you can probably tell. Gonna keep pushing. What's up, guys? It is 10:51 and sorry about the wind. Biggest W of today, productivity wise, has been setting that thing up on my desk. I just feel so much cooler because getting overheated was a massive problem at this setup. Next thing that has gone well is I've been reading. I've read 80 pages so far today. I read when I woke up in the morning, and I also read when I got home from my run, as kind of just a way of resetting before I get back into work. So now to show you guys what has been going on, let me save this before I stop not paying attention to it. This is the timeline for chapter number 3 of the video. So just like I said to myself, I got it done today, which more importantly, I also said it to my editor when I got it done today. That's a big motivation as to why I'm actually able to push through these, but it did take a little bit longer than expected. I've not done any of the other tasks that I have meant to do today, so that means doing some client scripting. I did a little start on that, but nothing like, I really try and do my best on client scripts, and I like to give a lot of attention to it, so I'm gonna sit down and do that after this now, while I wait for my editor meeting to start, the nightly or his morning check-in. Then it doesn't seem like the business video is going to get edited, so I'm going to cross that out, and then I'm just going to vlog today, and that'll have been a really good day. So yeah, the goals for tomorrow are going to be to do the exact same thing I did today, but for chapter 4. Chapter a day keeps the doctor away. Just keep planning it and stay one ahead of my editor. Right now, I'm beating him because he had to spend another day on the effects. But regardless, I am really, really liking the pace that we are moving at now. So it's just a matter of keeping it up. Yeah, looking really, really good. So I have 30 minutes until that meeting starts. So now just look, yeah, my plans for today on the calendar did not go at all as I had imagined. So to pull it over to my main monitor, which by the way, I used the second monitor to have my calendar pulled up, and it's been very helpful. Right, and I also have if you guys don't know, I played like a lot of Valorant. Before that, it was CS, Rust, Team Fortress 2, a lot of games where aim's really important. TF2, not really, but I played Sniper on it a lot. But because of that, when I'm working, you'll see I switched back to my gaming, the way that I gamed, and it's been so good for my productivity. Because I had the monitor so far away from me for literally no reason compared to what I'm used to. I will like sit here like this. And to me, this is just so good because I feel fully immersed. Like I just see the screen. There's not nilch. Like if I turn that backlight off. And you probably notice I stopped doing the LED stuff because I honestly, like I was talking about it when I was doing it. I don't like LEDs. I don't even wear a watch is like another thing. I genuinely, it's not that I don't even like it. I just forget to do it. It is the actual truth. It just blinks my mind. I stopped wearing my watch for like 3 weeks and I noticed, I was like, crap, I said I was gonna start wearing it. So I gave up again. I'm just like, put it in a drawer. I'm not gonna remember anyways. But working like this has been really good. Having the fan right behind where the camera is. Leaving my book on my desk has been a very minor thing. And then, yeah, nothing else really. This monitor's been huge. But I can kind of just work like this, and I literally just feel like fully immersed in the project and whatever I'm doing. And if somebody's telling me, yeah, it's not good for your eyes, I've already done this for over a decade. Not over a decade. Literally over a decade of my life. So if it's gonna cook me, it already has. Is my point. And trust me, it was worse when I was gaming too. But yeah, that is kind of the update on work. Tomorrow I have my client meetings, which, because I don't really have a crazy amount of client volume, I only have 4 clients on right now. That's actually probably gonna be the max that I cap it. I'll probably cap my client around 15, around like 5 is what I've been thinking to cap the clients at. 5 to maybe 7 on the high end. 5 new clients for sure I'll allow for. Maybe only like 3 new clients. Yeah, that way it rounds up to 7. 7 because some of my clients right now are lower effort, but like properly 5. And that will be kind of the way I do the agency there. But when it comes to client meetings tomorrow, I'm gonna try and work throughout tomorrow more than I initially would on a client meeting day. And I know like my last couple Mondays have always been actually like really good, so I've been happy about that. But yeah, I feel like I have something to say and I'm just trying to think about what it is. I guess it's just about running this team meeting, getting this video edited, getting some client scripts done, and then also for this week, you guys are going to see what I do to officially launch the content agency. So mainly what the action steps for that look like. I have a little VSL recorded. It's not like perfectly attuned to the offer, maybe the way that I'm going to sell it. But what I am going to do is go through and label out my entire product and service delivery process. And then after that is done, then I'm just going to make contacts to my network and see if there's anybody that already knows me that I can help with YouTube. And then after that, I am going to make some quick touch-ups to my landing page, like for example having like a application style opt-in where they're actually filling out like proper information. I'll show you more when it's actually done because it's subject to change, but getting that done. And I was talking to a friend who's in a transitionary phase today, and I explained that same thing about like a level 3 business model having to be cash flowed by a level 1 business model, and it was like fireworks going off in his head because he was at the wall of a level 2 business just like I was, and albeit he had reached it more recently, like he hadn't like hit the wall and kept running it. Like I hit the wall with that business and I kept running into it for like 6 months straight, which is honestly pretty short. I know people that run into that wall for years. Some people their whole lives in entrepreneurship. So I'm thankful that I had it short. His is literally like a month, maybe like 2-3 months that he is kind of had his hand forced by the situation. And it resonated with him a lot and it makes sense. So it gave me a lot of clarity, also kind of just explaining what I've been thinking about to somebody else in a similar situation. And if all is well, really it's just about mapping out the service delivery system. That's what I care the most about, because the thing about me is that I am a product person, and because I'm a product person, that doesn't mean I can't sell, but it means that I have to have a product to sell with, both for actual like sales ability, like so being able to close people on stuff, but honestly more so for my mental ability, right? And I'm a big advocate of like, hey, you can sell something that doesn't exist, and I know people that can do that, like there's no tomorrow, right? I 100% understand the efficiency of MVPs and all this stuff, but I can't go into it without a plan. So what I do is a service. So there really isn't much R&D or pre-built stuff that needs to be there, but there does have to be a plan, a roadmap, and just the basic frame of what the client experience is going to look like. And I've been doing that all manually, just in my head based off what I've learned running my businesses, but getting it all on paper and kind of standardizing it, even if I'm just following it, you're walking this fine line between wasting your time but also doing the due diligence to make it a serious thing for you. And I think that if you can do it while being conscious of the fact that it might be a waste of time, you actually perfectly balance that tightrope. So that's why I'm going to be doing a task like that in the evening, but that's probably going to be tomorrow night, maybe tonight, depending on how much energy I have. It's 11. I'm probably going to stay up till around 1 or 2 a.m. hopefully, and get to bed around then, because I have my first client meeting at 10 a.m. tomorrow. So I want to be up around 9 so I can kind of get situated for the day before that. And if I get that done, all is well, and we are moving along at a really good pace. So yeah, that's the update. I actually forgot something. I added this mic. It was previously here, and for whatever reason it like wasn't connected or whatever, but I added it above, like hanging above the monitor, and it just feels so efficient. Like I look at my setup and I just go like, oh, that's a pretty darn cool place to be at. It's just like, I mean, this is post long work session at it, so it's going to be a bit disorganized. I have to reset it, but fundamentally pretty darn sick. Got the beast. He needs an upgrade. But yeah, that's some nerdy stuff for you guys. Why do I do that at the end of every? Good, good. All right, let me think here. Did you get a chance to get logged in? All right, it's coming up on 2 a.m. It looks like I'm probably gonna be going to bed around 3, so sleep's gonna be rough to get up in time for the meetings, but you know,